Hi students, welcome to the video lecture 3 of module 3 topic line balancing. In lecture 2, we solved one problem on largest candidate rule. Hope you have tried it. In today's lecture, we'll see about Kilbridge and Wesтер's method and a numerical on Kilbridge and Wester's method. In Kilbridge and Wester's method, the first step is to draw the precedence diagram. Once the precedence diagram is drawn, the work elements in the precedence diagram are arranged into columns. Later, the elements is then arranged into a list according to their columns with the elements in the first column being listed first. It is similar to the procedure of largest candidate rule where we have arranged the elements according to the descending order of the element times. Here also we are arranging the elements according to their columns and in the descending order only, so that it will be easy for us for assigning the elements to the workstations. Later, if a given element is located in more than one column, we have to list all of the columns for that particular element. This particular step I'll explain you while solving the problem. Once the listing is done according to the column and descending order of the element times in that particular column, we'll start assigning the elements to the workstation, which should satisfy two conditions, that is precedence requirement as well as cycle time. When no more elements can be assigned without exceeding the cycle time, then we have to proceed to the next station for assigning the elements. So doing these steps, we need to assign all the elements to the workstation. Now let us go to the numerical. This is also taken from previous year video question paper which was asked for 12 marks. The problem definition is: the table below shows the precedence relationships and element times for a new part. The ideal cycle time is 10 seconds. We have to construct the precedence diagram, and using Kilbridge and Wester's method, we need to compute the balance delay and line efficiency. Here, one thing what you need to note is the time is given in terms of seconds. Okay, all the times are in terms of seconds. A similar table is given as we have shown in the previous problem: element number, predecessor element, and time. There, in previous problem it was in terms of minutes, here it is in terms of seconds. Now let us proceed to the solution. First step is to draw the precedence diagram. As I already told you, we need to consider the element where we don't have any precedence constraint. Element number 1 is that particular element. I have drawn that. And now we can consider that element number 1. So if you see, from 1 it is element number 2, from 1 it is element number 2, and from it is element number 4. From 1 it is element number 4. Further, from 2 we have element number 3, and from 4 we have element number 5. From 4 we have element number 5. And later, from element number 3 and 5 it is element number 6. If you see in the predecessor element, from 6 we have to draw 3 elements, that is 7, 9 and 10. So that's what is done here. From 6 I have to represent 6, 9 and 10. Further, from element number 7 it is 8, and from 10 it is 11. From 10 it is 11, and from 8, 9, 11 it is element number 12. From 8, 9 and 11 it is element number 12. I'll again explain you how to draw this precedence diagram. I have started with element number 1 since it doesn't have any precedence constraint. From 1 I have represented element number 2 and 4. From 1 I have represented element number 2 and 4, and from 2 it is 3. From 4 it is 5. From 3 and 5 it is 6. From 3 and 5 it is 6. From 6 it is 7, 9 and 10. 7, 9 and 10. From 7 it is 8. From 10 it is 11. From 10 it is 11. From 8, 9, 11 it is 12. From 8, 9, 11 it is 12. This completes the drawing of precedence diagram. Now the next step is, as they have told, we need to draw the columns in the precedence diagram. So it is drawn in this fashion. Okay, and we are naming it as in Roman letters 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 and 7. Once we draw the columns, we have to list the elements as per the column. That is, elements in column number 1 has to be listed first. So to do so, what you need to do, while drawing the precedence diagram only, you need to indicate the element time there only, as I have done here. Element number 1 has time 5 seconds, element number 2 3 seconds, and element number 3 4 seconds. If you do so, it will be easy for you to get this table. Or else what happens, you need to refer the given table again and again. So to avoid that, what you do, you write the element time while drawing the precedence diagram itself. And later in one step they told that list all the columns if the element appears in more than one column. If you see, this element number 9 is drawn up to 12. So here in element number 6 also that particular line is appearing. So you can make an habit of representing like this, how I represented here 9. Okay, so that it will be written here element number 9, 5 and 6. So it comes under 5 and 6. Okay, now in column number 2 I have two elements 2 and 4. In column number 3 again I have two elements 3 and 5. If you see, in column number 2 both the times are same, so I have written as it is. In column number 3 I have element number 3 as 4 seconds and element number 5 as 6 seconds. So we need to arrange it in descending order so that it becomes easy for us while assigning the elements into the workstation. So whichever is having maximum time, I have arranged it first. Okay, similarly in 7, 9 and 10 column number 5, 7, 9 and 10, 10 is having maximum time, so I have listed it first, followed by next maximum, followed by next maximum. In this way, what you need to do, column wise you need to arrange the elements. Okay, once you finish this, the next step is to assigning the elements to workstation satisfying the precedence requirement as well as station time. Station time is nothing but ideal cycle time or cycle time which is given in the problem definition. For the given problem, here ideal cycle time is 10 seconds. So when if you want to start assigning the elements to the workstation, you need to consider the element which does not have any precedence constraint. So here I have only one element which does not have any precedence constraint, that is element number 1. I have assigned it first. Okay, so 10 minus 5 is 5 seconds. Another 5 second I can accommodate here. So next I will go for preceded by column. I have two numbers, one appearing here. So it is element number 2 and element number 4. As element number 2 is in column number 2, both are having same time. I am taking element number 2 which appears first in the table. So I have taken this. So 5 plus 3 will be 8. 10 minus 8 will be 2 seconds. Now I will come to time column and I will check where I am having 2 or 1. That is less than 3 and more than 2 are equal to 2. Less than 2 are equal to 2. So now if you see, element number 7 is to be preceded after 6. Here 6 is not assigned. So these two elements does not satisfy precedence requirement. Hence these elements cannot be assigned. So what we need to do, we need to move assigning the elements to the next station. So station number 1 will have station time as 10 seconds. Once you assign the elements, make an habit of scratching it in pencil so that you won't get confused in considering those elements again. So as we need to arrange in terms of column number 2 has one element and it satisfies precedence requirement and cycle time, so I have assigned it. Next in column number 3 I have two elements, that is 5 and 3. So for 5 it is time is 6 seconds, 3 plus 6 is 9, so it is satisfying, and precedence constraint is 4, 4 is appearing here, so I can assign element number 5 also. So I have assigned it. So 3 plus 6 is 9, and you have only one element of 1 second. Here it is 6. 6 is not appearing here, so I can't assign that. So station number 2 also will have two elements of station time 9 seconds. So I have scratched the element which I have assigned. So now again in column 3 I have one element which satisfies the precedence constraint and cycle time, that is 4 seconds. So I have assigned it. Now in element number 4 I have one element that is having time 5 and precedence constraint is 3 and 5. 3 and 5 is appearing upwards above that, so I can assign element number 6. So I assigned it. So 5 plus 4 will be 9. So now here in fifth column I have two elements, that is 10 and 7. I can't assign these two elements as it exceeds the cycle time, because 9 plus 4 will be 13, 9 plus 2 will be 11, which is more than ideal cycle time, so I can't consider that. So I'll go to element number 9, which is having 1 second and preceded by 6. 6 is appearing above, 6 is appearing here, so I can consider it. So 9 is assigned here 1 second. So total time, station time will be 10 seconds, which is equal to ideal cycle time. So I don't have any problem. Next again I'll come to column number 5. I'll assign these two elements. 4 plus 2 is 6. It is preceded by 6. So 6 is appearing above that. I don't, so precedence constraint is also satisfied. Cycle time is also satisfied. After this I will come to element number 8. If element number 8 is having element time as 6, so 6 plus 6 will be 12. I can't consider, though it satisfies the precedence constraint. So I'll go for element number 11, which is having element time 4 and preceded by 10. 10 is appearing here above, so I can consider that. So total time will be 10 seconds. 4 plus 2 plus 4. So station 4 and 3 will have 3 elements. Now I have left with only two elements, that is element number 8 and 12. So 12 I can't take, because for 12 8 is mandatory to be done, because it is having precedent constraint 8, 9 and 11. So element number, station number 5 will have only one element, that is element number 8 with station time 6 seconds, and last station number 6 will have element number 12 of time 7 seconds. So now by doing this we conclude that we have number of stations is equal to 6 for this problem. Now let us calculate the line efficiency. Line efficiency is equal to TWC divided by N into TSI. Here TWC is total work content time, N is number of workstation, TSI is cycle time given in problem. So TWC N is already calculated, which is equal to 6. TSI is given in the problem, that is 10 seconds. To calculate TWC, you need to add all these element types, that is total work content time. So here for this problem I am getting it as 50. I am getting it as 50. So if you calculate this, you will get 83.33% as the line efficiency. They have asked us to calculate balance delay also. Balance delay is equal to 1 minus line efficiency, that is EB. So you will get 16.6%. Okay. So this completes the problem. After completing the problem, you need to represent the workstations in box like this and what are the elements assigned to that particular station. Okay. So hope you will practice this problem. In the next class, I'll come up with ranked positional and weight method. I also request you to solve previous year question paper problems based on Kilbridge and Wester method. If you have any problem, personally contact me. Thank you.